Hello, this is Antara from Impact Magazine, and joining me today is Mr. Vikas Iyer, the head of marketing of Chinese Wok, which is, by the way, one of the fastest growing QSR brands in India. So, as they are celebrating their 10-year long journey, let's find out what's really cooking behind the kitchen and behind the scenes of this rapid expansion. Welcome, Vikas. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Antara. Thank you for the opportunity. Glad to be speaking to you today.
So, as we can see the massive success of Chinese Wok, it started with one store in 2015 and right now it's around 240 plus stores around the country. How do you personally see this scaling? Like, do you have that push ambition behind it, or do you see if India is actually waiting for this Indianized Chinese food?
Right, yeah. Well, that's a good question. Way back in 2015, now Indo-Chinese was there consumed on the streets, but there was no organized QSR player in that space. That is a wide space that our founder and director Ayush Agrawal tapped into and built Chinese Wok around it. Today, Chinese Wok is among the market leaders in this particular space. We are creating a category of Indo-Chinese food. And a lot of our growth essentially has been driven by consumer-led scale, a lot of operational wherewithal and momentum that we've gained, and our ability to sort of be ready with any formats and experiment with it. These have been the founding pillars of our growth so far. Right? What we're building is basically a category. We don't see this as a niche. We see this as a craving momentum which is waiting to be sort of formalized.
So if we see in 2024 and 25 alone, you have around set up 60 plus outlets, and also with the aim of 500 plus by FY27. So what is the plan, or how do you decide a place where to set up? Is it the regional or the demographic of the place?
Right. We've had a very good momentum on store expansions over the last year. We've added about 60 stores, and the plan is to add 100 stores every year from here on. A lot of the factors go into identifying a location, identifying a new city that we want to enter into. We use a couple of tools and variety of signals that come out from there, including delivery heat maps, consumer cluster sort of demands that we generate. We have an efficient business development team which keeps coming up with newer locations, and then we use a lot of the industry standard metrics like ROI, return on investments that we're going to get, the kind of store footfall that we're going to generate, the kind of delivery demand intensity that we can predict to decide on where to launch our new stores. Our tier 2, tier 3 stores, for instance, have been doing really well. They've been doing better than metros in terms of ROI per store that we're getting out of them. We're confident that a lot of expansion will also take place in the tier 2 and tier 3 set of towns.
So do you think, is there a major reason that the tier 2 or tier 3 cities are working well?
Well, one thing that we would like to believe is that craving in these towns is very high of Desi Chinese, but the competition is very, very low. And therefore that gives us pretty much the front seat in terms of gaining market share and mind share in tier 2 and tier 3 set of towns.
Also with the aim of rupees 1,000 crore by FY27, so how is this number tracking right now, or what would you say the new combos, new menu, new items on the menus, or maybe the regional expansion, what is working the best for you?
Right. In fact, I would say that last year has been an inflection point for us. We've grown practically over 100% in our overall business numbers. Our same store sales growth has been upwards of 65%. And we've had that momentum running into creating a lot of newer initiatives that have led to this particular growth. Now, a portion of the growth is definitely coming in from the new store launches that we have had, and they are adding to incremental growth. But we've also had growth through menu innovation, pricing restructuring that we have taken, and a lot of marketing activations that are happening both in the hyperlocal environment as well as on the aggregator platforms. These have been the founding pillars for growth in the last year. We see this momentum continue. Even Q1 has been very healthy growth quarter on quarter for us. And we are confident that we will end the year with 1,000 crore ARR GMV growth that we would see for ourselves. Yeah.
Also, maybe one of the major reasons of the growth might also be the virality that you have achieved with, I think, with influencers and your IPL campaigns.
Yeah.
Around 70% of the Q1 budget was, I think, contributed for the IPL budget. So right now, looking ahead, what are you planning for this year? Any viral marketing scheme or any campaign that you're looking ahead to?
Right, right. So quarter one, we decided to invest behind IPL, which is one of the biggest watch sport on earth. And we decided to put in a major investment there as an advertiser. And that has reaped very good benefits for us. We are seeing significant uplift in brand recall, as well as recall and imagery parameters on both our brands, Chinese Wok and Big Bowl. And we've also seen a large surge of sort of inquiry orders that we've been getting. We've been getting new store location inquiries as a result of that as well. And we've also seen a lot of NPS improvements in people perceiving our store to be younger, more fun and youthful. We plan to continue that momentum. We've launched a couple of campaigns right now in quarter two, and we want to build momentum in quarter three with some campaigns that are still under wraps, but very soon we'll be revealing them.
So can you just give us an idea about who are you going to collaborate with for maybe the influencers?
Yes. So over the last few quarters, we've collaborated with a lot of influencers across various categories. Urfi, Samana have been sort of excellent content creators for us. And what we've done really well is sort of we have leveraged their storytelling ability in terms of bringing out a narrative style, and we have had our own sharp narrative that we want to build on the brand. The two blend together to create some very viral campaigns for us. We plan to build that momentum further, collaborate with both regional creators as well as national creators. And we also plan to collaborate we are open to sort of exploring opportunities with OTT platforms, with film collaborations. We're also open to exploring partnerships outside of that with other brands as well to further build momentum on the already growing Chinese Wok network.
Something I would like to know about the collaboration with Samana. So, whatever controversy happened with his late-in show. So, what was your insight behind taking him as someone in your marketing campaign?
Well, our collaboration happened, way back in quarter one of last year around the IPL time. And, what we really liked about it is the way he's able to read a brief and sort of create very interesting content that clearly resonates with his audience. And that was one reason for us to sort of collaborate with him at that point of time. I would say that, creators like that essentially resonate a lot with the audience that we want to appeal to, and we will be sort of more than keen on exploring such opportunities in the future.
AR, something that you use it's not very common to use in QSR. So what was your idea behind using AR, and how do you measure the effectiveness, or how do you measure the success of it?
Well, the use of AR came through two very interesting observations. We had a 10 to 15 minute wait time for consumers after they had placed the order. They used to sort of be there in the store, and we wanted to engage them during that time period. And the second observation was that making of Chinese food is also a very highly skilled sort of process, right? There's multiple set of recipes in place. One has to remember that. So it's a game of skill, scale, and consistency that one needs to bring in. So we wanted to pay an ode to our chefs, and we wanted to use AR as a way to sort of bring that to life. This AR filter essentially gave people a look of how the process of making a Chinese Wok comes to life. And we've seen very good sort of upticks in terms of people leveraging that in our stores, spending time, even sharing it with their friends. We've seen higher NPS among those customers who had a chance to engage with this AR. And we want to do that in various other forms in this year as well. We want to leverage newer technologies that can help us tell a story and clearly sort of build a deeper connect with our audience.
So now coming to the 10-year long journey. So firstly, congratulations for the 10th anniversary. And now while celebrating this, you have launched a 2-month long campaign. So can you give us a bit of insight on that? What actually it's about?
Yeah. Thank you. So we are in our 10th year this year, and this is not just a milestone, not in scale, but also in sentiment for us. It's been 10 years of leading this and creating this Desi Chinese QSR segment for us. We've launched a couple of communication celebrating this 10 years and celebrating that with our consumers who love us so much. We've also launched an emblem, again paying an ode to our consumers, and that's being reflected across all our touch points. There are a few contests and engagements that we are launching across social media, also sort of bringing offline kind of engagement in place. A few of them have already gone live and are giving us great results. And we want to build that momentum. We've also launched a new menu celebrating our 10 years. And this is, again, reading from the consumer insights of wanting a more simplified menu, a more QSR-like menu. Okay. So we've launched that. It has a set of combos that are built for everyone, whether you're coming as a solo or whether you're coming in a group. And we've seen significant reduction in order taking times, essentially, because the menu is now simple and easy to choose and allows one to customize. So some of these are what we've learned as a part of a 10-year that we are also sharing with our consumers in the process.
So for this 2-month long campaign, what are your main KPIs? And maybe it's too early to ask, but what are some of the indicators, early indicators that you're getting or you're happy about?
Right. Our immediate indicators are footfalls that we're going to get and the kind of inquiries and searches that we're going to get on aggregator platforms. We are seeing a very clear uplift even in the month of July, which generally tends to be a lean month for dine-in. We are seeing a good uplift in dine-in orders and footfalls in this particular month as a result of this campaign. We're also seeing a lot of customers talk very positively about us online and in the offline space. A lot of these campaigns that we're doing on social media are resulting in very good engagement. And therefore, another sort of parameter that we would be very closely tracking is the kind of recall that they have and the kind of social media chatter that's there on the brand in the days to come, specifically in this category. We also have a brand track that we do where we track various imagery parameters and how they've been moving. So we have identified a set of parameters which are very close to what we want to build the brand on, and we will be closely tracking the momentum on them as well.
Okay, and also, as per one of the reports, around 75% to 80% of the revenue of Chinese Wok comes from deliveries. And recently you have focused on more dine-ins, around raising it to 35%. So what plans are you taking up for that? Maybe any strategies specifically?
Yeah. But dine-in is a very important channel for us. And we have seen a very good momentum over the last couple of years with the initiatives that we have taken. Dine-in today contributes anywhere between 20 to 25% of the overall business. It was less than 15% a couple of years ago. Okay. So we have seen that building and growing over a period of time. And we are on track. Today it's about 25 odd percent. We want to take it up to 35% by the year end. And we want to drive a faster momentum than what we are seeing on the other sort of formats and delivery platforms specifically. A lot of sort of actions are essentially being led towards that. One, I think the tendency to eat out, especially in the younger crowd, is essentially going up. They want to experience newer cuisines. While Chinese, Indo-Chinese is a very familiar cuisine, they also want to try out newer dishes within those cuisine, and that's led to a lot of people exploring our formats, whether be it in a high street setup or in a mall setup. We're seeing that momentum continue in the next year as well, with a lot of initiatives that we are taking in. We have also revamped our store from a graphic point of view. We've launched some collaborations with AR tools. We'll also be bringing a lot of other collaboration with other partners in the days to come to build that dine-in momentum. We're trying to see this as a place to hang out and not just eat, and we're creating a vibe which matches that.
So for this 2-month long campaign, would you say this is going to contribute to dine-in more? And if yes, what kind of tactics or what aspects of the campaign will help in bringing more people to the dine-in?
Well, yeah, it's a brand campaign that we have launched, and therefore, we hope that it will work both on the delivery as well as the dine-in formats. A lot of our activations, however, are focused very clearly on the dine-in setup. We are trying to build that momentum, the kind of chatter and vibe that can happen in the dine-in environment, and therefore the initiatives are essentially laid towards, bringing a better engagement and a better sort of experience in store that we can provide to our customers.
So looking ahead with your goal of 500 outlets by FY27, how do you plan to establish that brand distinctiveness?
Yeah. Well, that's a very important question, and that's the mission that we are on, that we want to own every single Desi Chinese craving moment with Chinese Wok, right? And we want to establish that as the prima facie brand that one could look at and get their craving moments sorted. To that effect, all of these campaigns, all the narratives that we are forming are leading towards this mission that we have in hand.
So among the maybe the film tie-ins or influencer marketing, AR, or maybe new menus, regional menus, which one do you think will be the most effective for providing a sustainable growth?
Well, I think all of these essentially, right from the kind of regional content that we are creating and the collaborators that we have in the regional space to bring a local buzz while we sort of remain a national brand. I think these will play a very important role. A lot of what we do with our menu in terms of innovating with the menu, bringing out newer set of dishes that people can relish would play again a very important role. And the kind of in-store ambience and engagement that we can create, something that we are so closely associated with and we are sort of trying and improving in terms of that ambience and experience, is something that I believe will be the foundational pillars for us in the days to come.
Okay, so coming to the last question, since you are celebrating your 10-year-old anniversary, where do you see Chinese Wok standing, maybe adding a more 10-year milestone to your journey?
Well, 10 years is a long time.
Yeah.
We have set ourselves a 5-year goal to be one of the largest homegrown QSR player in the country. We want Chinese Wok to be an undisputed and a very clear market leader in the Chinese segment. And as at a company level, we also want to grow in the QSR space, explore other cuisines that we can very carefully and very systematically deliver to our consumers. 10 years, I would say, is a long term, but we would want us to be remembered for creating very clear, sharp, homegrown niche QSR brands and very clearly being consumer obsessed and focused.
Thank you, Vikas. This was actually a very enriching discussion. And yeah, again, happy anniversary to Chinese Wok. Let's see.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Antara. Great speaking with you. Glad I had a good time. Thank you.